After the disastrous and misguided previous episode, it seemed all hope was lost for Smoke. However, Episode 5, titled Size Matters, manages a remarkable turnaround, emerging as possibly the strongest installment of the season. It blends dark humor, emotional depth, and a shocking twist ending, elevating both the storytelling and character work. The episode features the debut of John Leguizamo in a sharp, layered role, adding much-needed energy and complexity to the cast. The show's earlier issues aren't entirely gone, but they're handled with more finesse here. Dave's bizarre novel, which previously felt like a cringeworthy storytelling device, now functions more effectively, used for both plot development and comedy without overwhelming the narrative. Similarly, Dave himself, portrayed by Taron Egerton, shifts from an exaggerated caricature into a more believable character. His eccentricity remains but is now grounded in emotional truth, making him both vulnerable and pathetic, which adds dimension. This episode returns the spotlight to Dave after the Michelle-heavy previous one. While Michelle still plays a key role, this feels like the Dave Gutson show. Isolated from the main group, Dave travels to an arson investigator conference in Layton, where his fractured psyche is on full display. He reprises his signature fire is chaos speech, but this time, an audience member calls him out, accusing him of grandstanding and pointing out his failure to stop 2 active arsonists in his jurisdiction. This brings us to one of the episode's standout sequences, Dave's interaction with Reba, a charismatic insurance adjuster he meets in a karaoke bar. Their flirtation builds toward a potential one-night stand until Dave is unable to perform, emotionally stunted by the earlier humiliation. Then comes the first twist. Reba is his ex-wife, and this seductive game is one they apparently replay often. But Smoke isn't done yet. The episode ends with a second, bigger twist. Dave is urgently called away from the conference by Harvey with disturbing news. The mysterious arsonist known as Milk Jug has escalated, now burning a wealthy white couple alive using multiple incendiary devices. Dave is visibly excited, possibly more by the chance to prove himself than justice. That said, not everything works perfectly. The episode's heavy focus on Dave, while compelling, sidelines Freddy, one of the 2 arsonists. Freddy gets only a few brief scenes. He's denied a promotion, deals with a minor logistical issue involving a milk jug, and prepares for his biggest crime yet. The details are sparse, and his backstory and motivations remain underdeveloped. The lack of attention is noticeable and somewhat disappointing, especially since Freddy's presence has added intrigue. Michelle also gets less to do in this episode, though her scenes are impactful. She spends most of the runtime tracking down Dave's former partner, Ezra Esposito, now a disgraced ex-cop turned low-rent videographer. Played brilliantly by John Leguizamo, Ezra is a compelling mix of charm, rage, and trauma. Through Ezra, we learn that Dave once tricked him into committing arson by burning down a trailer with dogs inside as part of a disturbing initiation. This traumatic incident, which Ezra recounts with equal parts laughter and horror, reveals Dave's long-standing instability and cruelty. Michelle, increasingly disturbed by what she uncovers, receives a copy of Dave's manuscript, airdropped by Emmett. In it, Dave writes about her as a romantic conquest of his self-insert hero. These scenes offer powerful moments for Jurnee Smollett, whose disgusted reactions elevate what could have been exposition dumps into emotionally driven character beats. In sum, Size Matters breathes new life into Smoke with a strong script, deeper character work, and a brilliant blend of humor and horror. Dave remains the show's most fascinating character, but Freddy's underused, and Michelle's limited arc suggests some imbalance that will hopefully be corrected. If the series can maintain this tonal balance moving forward and give its supporting players more room, it may yet fulfill its potential.